Start up there. And we are live. Good evening, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gemmin of Crypto, episode 425. I'm looking at myself on the video screen. It's hilarious because it is going slow and then loading up, so it looked like I said a bunch of words very quickly. But I am King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between Bitcoin and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
That was a terrible intro by both of us. I messed that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll be covering some interesting stories today. Crypto Warriors, Bitcoin price, or we'll be talking about Bitcoin price again only because these articles are, of course, going wild. But in addition to that, we'll be going over Cuba, who's studying cryptocurrency to dodge U.S. sanctions, says the government, of course. World's first zero fiat Bitcoin bond now available on Bloomberg terminal. Graham Asia to sell Telegraph tokens at 3 times ICO price. A gram. Yeah, a gram? U.S. Congress requests moratorium on Facebook's Libra stablecoin. And last but not least, Casa launches Lightning Node mobile app for Bitcoin newbies. But first, what is going on with the price today?
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw yesterday a slow move in the price going sideways, and then we saw a big boom early this morning, if you were up to see it. Bitcoin is now at $11,416, up 5.5% in about 12 hours. Ripple is still at 40 cents, still hasn't moved in about a week, up 1% today. Ethereum is at $295, up 1% as well. Bcash at $414 has gained 1% today as well. EOS at $6 is up 1.58%, and Litecoin dipping down to $119. No gain on the day. So green across the board for the most part, except for some of the smaller alts that we have.
Yeah, so, and of course, we would definitely want to point out this article. I mean, I'm hoping Telegraph is forcing the editor or the writers to write this type of stuff, the journalists. This article is by William Zuckerberg, so I got to call you out, William. But the article says on Telegraph, Bitcoin price extremely bullish again after 20% pump to over $11,000. Like, this is what we're talking about that drives us mad.
Crazy, man.
Who knows? It could dump down tomorrow by $3,000 and people will buy and say, well, William, you said it was bullish again, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, this is how the crypto market is. 20% up one day, 20% down next day. 10% up next day, 30% down next day, 40% up. You know what I mean? This is what happens. We've actually talked about this entire week. So this is a great way to cap off, I guess, Wednesday with an article like this. But it's one of those things where we're telling people, make sure you're leery of the news and stuff you're reading because they need something to write.
Every day.
Every day they need something to write. I mean, he's putting this, at least it was at their 20% pump, but literally every day, Telegraph has had a headline article to go along with the price. So even if we were to drop tomorrow by 0.001%, they'd be like, well, we don't know.
Market's steady.
Hey, market should be steady for a long time. If it drops 2%, all markets in red right now. Is crypto dead again? Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. It's a news site. They're trying to sell news, but it's one of those things you don't have to do, like extremely bullish. You don't have to put that, William. Yeah. You don't have to put.
Who are you, Tom Lee from Funstrat?
Calm down, this is some Tom Lee Funstrat stuff.
Calm down, man.
And Novagrass is getting back in the mix too.
50K by the end of the week.
Like,
shut up, man.
Calm down, all right? Just let it happen. I understand you got to report on it. If anything, just say Bitcoin's up again today, and then have 2 more articles prepped that's going to say Bitcoin's the same, and then Bitcoin's down again today, because it's going to happen like this every day throughout the day. For the next 5 or 10 years at least, until we start to find, it becoming normalized in society where that price will kind of reflect that as well. So right now, while it's still new and every government agency around the planet is going after it, continue to expect these volatile swings and continue to ignore stories like this that say extremely bullish again after 20% pump. I mean, literally, if it was extremely bullish again, why didn't you tell us this yesterday before it pumped? Why? Don't tell me the day after the pump, because that is how people buy in. The price goes up even higher, and then there's a big sell-off, and it drops. You're like, well, we don't know what happened. Well, articles like this is what happened. FOMO articles happen. So
please buy my bags.
Don't pay attention to these. And honestly, as an author, William, this is the stuff that makes me see your name on articles and already know it's some BS. It's like, well, we know we can't trust this one. Like, the same guy wrote it. So
same dude.
It's pretty interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. He must be in the mailroom trying to get out. They're like, hey, you're going to have to write these terrible stories for like 2 years.
You got to put in your time, man.
Yeah, we got you.
we want a story every day, but there's nothing to write about. Make it up. All right, Bitcoin's bullish again. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. I'm hoping This guy's better than that. I haven't looked at his profile yet, but who knows? I know some of the people they hire are like seriously young. So
bring on the
who
dumb
knows?
money.
What's going on, Malik? I know Will. What's up? Tony Nolly, Richard Taweem. Good day to you from down under. Mac J, I need to get that Bitcoin Black Folks book.
Oh, yeah.
Bitcoin Zay, I'm sure he would tell us everybody about it at the end.
Yep, I just put the link for you, Mac.
There we go. New Legacy, what's going on? There we go. Everybody up in here. Oh, yeah, it's Happy 4th in Australia already.
Nice.
I guess Happy 4th. I mean, it's another day, but whatever. It was the day the terrorists of the United States broke free from the from the Brits, to be honest. But that's hilarious.
Yeah. Somebody did make an interesting observation
true.
that the U.S. is a hard fork of the U.K.
It is. Well,
It's pretty much just a hard fork.
the original modern day terrorists that won.
We are the Ethereum classic
Gang. Hilarious.
of the world.
All right, top story of the day. Cuba studying. I know all my military friends like, what is wrong with you? Like, you don't like us no more? Like, I'm just kidding, guys.
Get it over.
Cuba studying cryptocurrency to dodge U.S. sanctions, says none other than the government.
Oh, yeah.
That is right. Cuba is the latest country to consider using cryptocurrency to skirt U.S. sanctions, Reuters reported, quoting a government source on July 3rd. What is going on with this? Is this a real thing? I mean, I know in Bitcoins they told me about this article. I was like, well, isn't everybody doing that at this point? But specifically with Cuba, what's going on here? How was it reported, I guess?
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, with news, when it comes out, it means they've been planning it for some time now. So when he actually made the announcement on the state-run TV channel, which is what happens when you have socialism, you have state-run TV, he actually presented crypto as a part of the package that will boost incomes for as much as a quarter of Cubans there. So there is a little bit of propaganda there, like, hey, use this crypto because it can help. Also, it is influenced by Venezuela, according to some people. However, Cuba has its own U.S. Sanctions that they have to deal with. They're still driving cars from the 50s because nobody will actually export to them. So, honestly, Cuba, this was coming. Venezuela did it. There's places in Russia where people are doing it. They're basically ignoring the governments that give them sanctions and saying, hey, we'll just move to Bitcoin. And I think China is doing the same thing with building their reserves, but these big countries aren't going to say anything. It's the smaller ones that, are sort of protected.
I didn't hear the U.S. call it Russia and China yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, but yeah, Cuba's president, Miguel Diaz-Canel, indicated that the cryptocurrency plan is aimed to raise national production and demand in order to boost growth. So if this works one time, people, we telling you, if one country tries this and this works, it's over. It's going to be pegged to somebody's national currency. They're going to use it as a reserve currency, and then the value is going to go ridiculous. So I think we'll see that in the next few years. He presented it yesterday, so they've been working on it for some time now.
Right.
We'll see how they actually skirt those sanctions.
I mean, I can only imagine with the government. Like, let's say they do launch this. You say only is going to take one. I already know the government's response. Give it like 2 years. They're going to say, if they're using Cuba's crypto or whatever, then you're not going to be allowed to use America's crypto. Yeah. No one's going to be allowed to use a Libra coin, but the countries we select.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what direction we're going with it. We're going to, hey, face it, we can't beat them. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just make it a part of the reserve currency and have some taxpayer coverage. Just in case you ever get hacked, we could say, well, we got to pay Mark Zuck back his billions because, hey, we too big to fail, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious. But, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, as we said before, if one country gets this right, then every other country is going to hop onto it because no one wants to. I mean, it's not even a U.S. thing. It's literally no one wants to be under someone getting bullied about money, whether it's right or wrong, right? Because at the end of the day, these sanctions might be for a very good reason. Let's say that if they were. But regardless, whether it's a good guy or a bad guy, no one's going to stand under their thumb at anyone else their entire life. Well, some people won't while fighting back. And this is their economic way of fighting back. So we shall see.
We shall see.
Right? World's first zero fiat Bitcoin bond now available on Bloomberg terminal.
What up?
Wow. I like how they got the Bitcoin, all these prying hands waving to and they're pointing. I love it. It's great stuff. Looks like 2 European companies have launched what they describe as the world's first genuine Bitcoin bond. They confirmed in a joint press release on July 3rd. Luxembourg-based Argento, a securitization firm, joined forces with London Block Exchange to issue the Bitcoin-denominated bond, which is regulated under the UK's regulator, the Financial Conduct Authority. We've been hearing about the FCA as a little bit more as of late. And yeah, it looks like the Argento's manager, Phil Milo, commented that the large investment banks really dropped the ball on this one.
Hey, man.
And they're thrilled. He said, we're thrilled to have structured and produced the world's first institutional grade Bitcoin denominated financial products.
Shout out to them for calling out investment banks.
Right.
Being lazy, sitting on your
Way to get beat to the market.
Yeah, got beat to the market. And on top of that, they actually use some crypto specific names to name the bond. So if you have a bond for 10 years, 30 years, 50 years, one is called FOMO, one is called Hold, one is called Moon, each for different time periods of holding these bonds. So because they're denominated in Bitcoin, we're starting to see exactly how a financial industry starts one way, and then whenever you introduce a new idea, slowly but surely, every single aspect of it gets affected. We're seeing that all across the board with blockchain technology. We're seeing that with Bitcoin now, because it's no way you can convince somebody like this guy who says the investment bankers dropped the ball. They're going to go twice as hard, because if they know they were first to market and the investment bankers are coming, they're going to go just, twice as hard, and they're trying to do innovation just like anybody else. So shout out to them, and I love the fact that they have Hold, FOMO, and Moon as the names.
Yeah, that's pretty
It shows that they actually pay attention to crypto community, unlike most people.
Let's see. What's going on? Clarence Dennison, Madam Crypto, Tonio. Clarence said Facebook, the United States, and the IMF in China all in it together. Don't get it twisted. Oh, we know. Right now they're all competing, but if it ever becomes to, will Bitcoin beat us? Then they're going to be like, nah, let's just go with Facebook. They got it up and running. Let's go. So we definitely know that. CryptoQ said Facebook shareholders default Libra holders, ? Great point. I would say it would make sense. But because of the business behind it, I could easily see. Zuckerberg stole his idea, so I can also see him being like, "No, I don't care if you own my stock. This is something totally different. You all didn't see this coming. This is a totally different plan. If you want to own some of this, you need to buy it."
Oh yeah, and I wanted to ask too, if Facebook goes down, which it might have today, like the other social media, does Libra go down?
Wow.
Do you get to use it, or is it like off? I don't know. So that's some stuff they're going to have to figure out.
I couldn't do no Instagram creeping today, so you're right. If Facebook were to go down, could I send that money around? How does that work?
May not be able to do it.
All right. What's going on? Digibyte Unlimited Network crypto videos. So we actually, I heard you actually when I was going, they mentioned Digibyte. You hadn't done a lot of homework on it. So one of the people who works on the Digibyte team, we're actually going to interview soon. We've been playing a little bit of tag because, we're all in different countries, different time zones. But Digibyte, we are going to still get you on here for sure, so you can kind of let everybody know what you all got going on over there.
Oh yeah.
And pardon us, we're gonna make it happen though. All right, Graham Asia to sell Telegram tokens at 3 times the ICO price.
Sheesh.
What? What is going on with this story here?
Oh yeah. Well, it seems as though someone figured out that if you have an ICO and you want to resell them, you can set your price if you own most of them. And it seems as though Asia's biggest holder of Telegram's Gram tokens, Gram Asia, will be running the sale through online cryptocurrency trading platform Liquid.com. So basically what they did was buy a large share of Telegram tokens. Then they used the trading platform in conjunction to sell it at 3 times the price. So if you have the money and influence to do this, this is how it works, people. You buy into ICO, a whole bunch, maybe 10%, 20% of the supply. You link up with an exchange, a small exchange, because you can basically talk to the people on the phone. You don't really have to go through anything. And then you say, hey, we're going to sell it at this set price. So we automatically know no matter what, we're getting at least triple our money if we sell off the crypto that we have. So they're basically tripling their money automatically. If the price goes up, they can quintuple it, quadruple it from there. So they're basically printing off money here. However, it should be noted that Grams Asia is selling its own reserves of Gram tokens. It hasn't actually reached a deal with Telegram. That's the biggest thing. They're just doing this. They have no relationship with Telegram, it seems, and they're just setting the price. You'll be able to buy Gram tokens with USD or Coinbase's stablecoin, USDC. Good gracious. So, yes, this is one of the problems with ICOs, that if somebody gets a lot of the supply, people like Gram Asia can sell it, get that money from it, and then move forward. So this looks like what's happening here.
And I can tell you what, though, regardless of how much they sell it back for, I know the one customer that won't be able to buy it, and that's the United States customer.
Every time.
And even then, for those in the U.S. who might have a business and say, hey, this is a great deal, I can also guarantee you we won't be able to do that here. It's just one of those things where they're going to figure out some way, some law is violating. But it does make sense. Again, it's an open market. You're allowed to do it, especially when you're talking about, Telegram kind of did theirs different, because I think they only sold some of their stuff privately anyway. Yeah. They got a bunch of private stuff.
They had a lot of private stuff going on.
Yeah, it kind of sucks they're doing it like that. But to be fair, again, from a business perspective, Telegram raised, as you can see here, $850 million, bringing its total valuation up to $1.7 billion. If you remember that, we were talking about last year when they were doing the raises, it was crazy. But I think with the amount of people, they only had 80-something people max, and that might be a high number of investors. So literally they got almost $1 billion from, you're looking at less than 80 people.
Yeah.
And I can't remember those numbers. Those numbers might have been something as low as like less than 30, right? But anyway, if I were one of the investors, and yeah, I'm putting in $50 to $100 million or $25 to $75 million, yeah, we need to make sure we get that back.
Oh, yeah.
Like plus the interest, because that's a lot of money to throw out, especially with new technology. They took a big risk, so applaud all those people. But yeah, I mean, it looks like this is the direction. And then honestly, if Telegram does its job, even if they resell it at triple times the price, as you can see here, future price estimates for the Gram token vary, but generally fall between $2.10 to $8, according to a research from Russian research agency Aton. Now, I don't know exactly. I don't know Aton, so I'm not going to say that's the real price, especially it's a Russian agency, which, oligarchs rule there, and they even kind of say corruption is like one of those things where it's like, everybody's doing it. What's the problem, So who knows? That could have been bought off to be said, or the research. But it's something to pay attention to. New coins is definitely going to be coming out on the market. And it looks like if you can get your hands on it, you might be able to, even after the triple times the price resale, you might also still be able to resell for up to double the price in the short term. So, remains to be seen.
Man, the best sentence in this article, though, is this offering offers Gram tokens to more potential buyers, but keep in mind, it's a third-party company selling tokens that don't exist yet for a blockchain that is yet to launch. Right. So just remember that when you're thinking about buying these tokens, they're telling you what the price is going to be for something that doesn't even exist yet. So we'll see how it goes for Gram Asia. I'm sure they got something set up.
And then last, also, a Telegram investor commented that no one has the rights to sell Gram tokens before the official launch. Per a token purchase contract, the buyer agrees to not enter any swap or other agreement that transfers in whole or part any other economic consequences of ownership of the investment contract represented by this purchase agreement by any token. So
you thought you were following contracts?
I was about to go into that. Very naive to think that. But again, when you're talking about a Telegram investor, it sounds like the guy who put the $5 million in, and the other guy who's selling it was like, well, we put $80 million in. So
now you just got to eat that.
Durov doesn't seem to care.
Go home to your ugly wife and cry about it.
Hilarious. We'll see what happens. All right. U.S. Congress requests, I keep messing up this word in my head, but I say it correctly out loud. U.S. Congress requests moratorium on Facebook's Libra stablecoin. That is right. It is on and popping,
people. Oh man, I am so happy. Listen,
I'm actually happy too. I mean, I haven't wanted to root for Zuck since I got my first .edu address when you had to be in, you had to be in school to get your Facebook account. Show you the age there, but when Congress gets involved, wow, they must be scared. It looks like the United States House of Representatives Committee on Financial Services requested Facebook and its partners to stop the development of the Libra stablecoin. What is going on here?
Oh man, gotta call them out. Let's start with Representative Maxine Waters, who has been disappointing.
Talking about, according to President Trump, you talking about Pocahontas, right?
Nah.
Or is that what you call it?
Nah, that's not.
That's a different one.
That's Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, that is okay. I was thinking.
I don't know what he calls Maxine Waters.
He doesn't like
it. Ain't much.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna say too much. I was gonna say get DDT'd in the White House. But Maxine Waters, who is. All right, I'm not even going to go through all their official titles because this is nonsense. The fact that some of these people have
She's another politician.
Another politician. Carolyn Maloney, got to call them out. William Lacey Clay and Al Green. They are actually all a part of this committee. Oh, I'm sorry, and Stephen F. Lynch. They are all a part of this committee, which addressed this moratorium to Mark Zuckerberg, Sheryl Sandberg, and David Marcus, who are all a part of the Calibra and Facebook project. Waters has repeatedly called it out. We've actually said it on this show a few times that she called out Facebook, said, hey, you're moving too fast. You're going to compete with the U.S. dollar. Slow down. And it's on the surface, she's trying to make it seem as though, well, we shouldn't trust Mark Zuckerberg because of privacy, which we shouldn't. So this is why we shouldn't trust Libra. No. If you have a nuanced approach to how you think about Mark Zuckerberg, you know he's a cold-hearted businessman who does what he has to do, and the privacy aspect of it is just an offshoot of that. Libra, in my opinion, anything that challenges the money coming from the Federal Reserve is better. But in my opinion, when they get to this meeting with the Congress or whatever, they're going to try and rein it in by telling them, hey, this white paper, it may go against rules. We may have money laundering. They basically just want to rein it in because Facebook has billions at their fingertips. They can pay developers to get this out pretty quickly. And if they do, at that point, we won't know exactly how the U.S. government responds. But they are shaking in their boots. Auntie Maxine and the crew.
Oh, yeah. You know what? So, okay. I do remember who Maxine Waters. I was thinking about Pocahontas at first. But yeah, somebody was like, Maxine's the one from Compton. I've seen some of her stuff too.
Yep.
Maxine's a politician still.
Politician.
I got to throw it out there. She's still a politician. Trust me. Like I've seen her play. But I mean, it's crazy. It's one of those things where the moratoriums, as you can see here, the committee claims that the project may lead to, quote, an entirely new global financial system that's based out of Switzerland and intended to rival the U.S. monetary policy in the dollar.
Let's get it.
If they do not finally come out and say what needs to be said first, no, another private company isn't doing anything with the U.S. dollar. Another private company is going against another private company for the whatever currency you want to call it in the United States.
Yep.
Because the U.S. dollar is owned by the Federal Reserve, a private company. And I wonder who owns the Federal Reserve. One dude, two dudes, three dudes.
I don't know.
I know it's nothing but dudes. All right?
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can give you an idea what the dude looked like in his age range, probably. Okay, let's say 70 plus, 70 to 90. He's
112.
Right, you know what I mean?
They were living off of
some
off of
child's
young people's
hearts.
blood.
I know you're gonna say something.
Living off young people's blood.
But I mean, it's crazy. You know, they're saying this raises serious privacy, trading, national security. No, what the only thing is it raises is how it's politicians.
Yeah.
All the politicians and
What do we need
regulators.
you for?
Guys, if they develop this private currency and they continue to develop technology and apps to the point they can do everything on their phone, there won't be a need for us, and we won't be able to just come in Congress or wherever for 5 years and get paid the rest of our lives
And do nothing.
I mean, making literally more money than the military, even though they claim how much they love it. It's crazy. But I don't have the trash can next to me, but I was definitely about to jump into my Wolf of Wall Street, Jonah Hill mode and stand up on a chair and say, you know what we do with moratoriums? And whip, you know what I mean? Like, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if I was Mark Zuckerberg, I would literally go to my Facebook live stream since he wants it to pop so much. He needs to go on the Facebook live stream. He needs to pull out the trash can, look and say, you know what we do with moratoriums? And let it go.
Kobe.
All right,
Shoot
and
across
let it
the
go.
road.
Well, that's better. I was going to say, hey, urinate all over, okay?
Whatever, yeah, because I wouldn't show up. I'm not showing up for that.
This is crazy. The committee also notes that Facebook's troubled past with user data further exacerbates these concerns. Those concerns. They are quoted as saying, if products and services like these are left improperly regulated and without sufficient oversight, they could pose systemic risks that endanger U.S. and global financial stability. Hold on. Now, again, if you watch this, you know we're not like huge fans of Zuckerberg, though we do applaud him as a businessman, as well as the stuff he's done for technology in general, communications. Him and the Gemini twins, you gotta give them props too, because it's their ideal. But in general, this is not the United States calling out someone over their troubled past.
Exactly.
Wow.
Are you serious?
How far do you want to go back? United States?
How far do you want to go back?
I mean, we can go 10 years and say, well, the reason why Bitcoin and now Libra coin is even here is because you all basically sank the financial market and then gave bankers, taxpayers money. Or we could go back to Jim Crow laws or redlining or slavery. I mean, it's so many things you can go back to.
Oh, man.
So
I'm sure the Native Americans have something
or
to say
even just so it's not like a black thing only. Let's say I'm a white Southern farmer who owns slaves. Hey, you took them away from me too. You're not no friend of mine.
We should all be mad at these.
So for the government to literally say Facebook's troubled past, the only troubled past they had was making the business move, and that's selling your privacy. And honestly, they're not selling your privacy so they can figure out how to come kidnap you. They're selling your privacy to figure out how to get ads sent to you so you can buy more shoes you don't need. All right,
money, yeah.
So it's all money play. So when our government talks about someone's troubled past, I mean that is hilarious.
Yeah. And when they talk about upholding the system,
right?
How many people have you met in real life, not online, in real life, that literally don't like the system?
Right.
Almost every person I meet, I don't know anybody that's like, yes, I like everything about the system. So everybody I've met wants to change at least one thing. And the problem with this is if the U.S. Congress, to me, they overplayed their hand. They basically they showed how scared they were.
You want to gang. You want to regulate
everything. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, man.
Did not think about
somebody with more money, more influence. Because think about it. They use Facebook.
Right. Right. That's really
You about to bring a dude in.
You gonna stop using it?
Exactly. They're about to bring a dude in to ask him about it, and you use their platform. Like, that's ridiculous to me. So I can't wait to see it. Like I said, please don't make us cheer for Mark Zuckerberg. But
it's too late.
If
I'm cheering
Facebook
now.
Or the U.S. government,
I am cheering.
And the way we've been doing things, I'd rather go with Libra.
So this will also happen too. Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, come on, we know he takes ideals. The real people who wanted to launch this probably first were the likes of Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates. Yeah. Which is why they all got that tap on the shoulder where Bill Gates, Bill Gates literally went from the first 5 or 6 years of crypto being out like, this is the future, this is it.
Toward the force.
To literally all of a sudden one day during the bull run 2017 being like, this is crap. It's not going anywhere. He got his whole crew. So I think the government thought they had all their people in place. They said, we got Bill Gates, we got Buffett, we got Bezos, who other billionaires out there? We got him, we got them. All right, you want to continue on your NFL team? Shut up. You want your basketball team? Shut up. They didn't account for some of the younger people, i.e. the Zuckerbergs. I mean, people must have forgot. This guy used to walk around in pajamas with a business card that said F you. Yeah. It's like, because I know you're going to do business with me no matter how you feel. Yeah. And they did, as you can see. So it's hilarious to me that they thought they got all their, they thought they have everything covered, all their holes covered and everything. And then the one escape, which is Zuckerberg. The committee claims that, quote, it is imperative that Facebook and its partners immediately cease implementation plans, of course, until regulators explore the issues above, i.e. until the government can launch its own, and then you're allowed to compete. And then they're also quoted saying, failure to cease implementation before we can do so risks a new Swiss-based financial system that's too big to fail. Well, we already have too many systems in the United States, like Ford and GM, that are too big to fail in your eyes. Banks, which are too big to fail. So for me, again, we're here. Let's let it roll. Zuck, go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Whatever.
Hey, in fact, I want to see you do it. I want to see all the billionaires do it. Let's see which billionaire has the best product out there. But
hey, the enemy of my enemy.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, we need to remember Zuckerberg is a private United States citizen. The United States government, if anything, works for him way more than it does for us, as much taxes I'm sure he's paying. But there is no way in hell our government, who is a public government that works for us, we have to keep remembering this. We pay them with our tax money. There is no you need to cease and desist or you should stop doing. No, I'm a private citizen. This is a legitimate business. I'm going to operate this business. And wherever the chips fall, the chips fall. So
yeah, some people are saying, who is it? Litecoin Leo says unless they're trying to trick us into using Libra.
I saw that.
Trust me,
that could be a chance.
We're literally talking about them versus Mark Zuckerberg. Bitcoin is on its own. We have our own thing going on. We're not worried about either one of them. Let them fight it out. Because if you have, let's say you have two enemies. If they get in a fight with each other, what you gonna do? Step in between and say, "Hey, why y'all not fighting me?" No, you just stand on the side. You just quietly cheer for who you want to win, and then laugh it off and walk away. That's what we're doing. Because whatever fight happens between this,
Bitcoin's still gonna win.
Bitcoin's still gonna win. It doesn't matter. And that's
what's the silly thing, which the government still don't even understand that.
Yeah.
They're worried about Zuckerberg. It's like it doesn't matter. I mean. Yeah, he gets his market share. He'll make some money, but Bitcoin is still gonna be the one right now.
Man, they told him to stop implementation, stop coding,
stop using technology and software to better your business.
Did you push out code today? You going to jail? You going to jail?
They're close to doing it. They're close to being like, all right, look, Snowden, you're a terrorist.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you're a terrorist, Mark Zuck. You want to destroy national security? They're close to calling you a terrorist, so be careful.
Yeah, be careful, man.
Tony Nolly said, gang, of course. Will says she runs with Brad Sherman. Sounds like a guy I don't like. Wire Sparks said...
we gave him... I think we gave him Dinosaur today.
Okay, there we go.
We gave him Dinosaur.
There it is. And Wired Sparks said, Representative Al Green from Houston, laughing my tail off. Exactly. Al Green, for those who don't know, he needs to get back in the studio. Stop worrying about crypto. That's right. Thanks, Richard. Smash the likes and shares, people. What's going on, Erlene? Long time no see. Malik. Clarence Dennison says, stack your bags, people. Load the boat. Crypto Millionaire 2020. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Wire Sparks, I remember Bill Gates saying he wished he could short Bitcoin, but he didn't know how. Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. With the millions of online articles describing.
Richard said, talking about Zuckerberg, I saw him blink. LOL, trust him now. He cares about us. He said, not only joking, don't trust the Muppet.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yep, it's software, people. Now the sound's dropping off. They have YouTube 51% attacks. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
But Tony Nolly, thank you. Politicians are our representatives, not our leaders. They're supposed to work for us.
Thank you for that comment. Yes.
I don't understand.
Most people don't realize that.
I'm telling you,
not my leader. I am a grown man.
Let me get Zuckerberg money, okay? It's literally, I'm going to switch it. Like everything in the United States you hate will change like within 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Or there's going to be a big war happening, like a big civil war. But either way, either signatures are going to get signed. Or something's going to have to happen.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
I mean, literally, I'm glad Zuckerberg is finally sticking to his guns on this one. Because the whole thing with him going to Congress, I would never went to Congress or Senate to do the first Senate hearing.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't remember, the Senate hearing wasn't about privacy anyway. The Senate hearing was about him a month or two prior saying he might go run for president in 2020. And they was like, okay, well, let us flex on you real quick because we don't want you to be president. So, I'm glad to see him buck right back at the system.
Yeah, and I mean, his profile isn't high right now because of the privacy stuff.
Right.
Whatever. But like I said, anytime you get a chance to take on the U.S. government, he has way more resources than we do. And honestly, I mean, over time, if Facebook's gonna come out with Libra anyway, who do you think they're gonna focus on? They can't put their focus on Bitcoin that much if Facebook starts booming in other countries that are underdeveloped and they start actually building.
Wow. But then, I mean, that's what the U.S.
colonialism is over.
But you know what the U.S. wants. They're like, all right, just like ICOs. They're like, all right, Zip. At least we have someone to aim at. We didn't have anybody to aim at with Bitcoin, but a bunch of YouTubers and stuff. With you, well, we're going to tie you up in some basement real good.
And shout out to Maurice Parks. He said they might enact the Patriot Act.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Hey, man, we have never said that's not a possibility. We've always said they signed it for a reason.
Yeah.
Nobody signs a law to not use it. So.
And here's the thing that's important to people. Like, we don't bash the government in the sense of like, yeah, let's let the terrorists win or something. It's like, no. These are regular private citizens. These are you and I. And a lot of people don't understand this because they're not going out starting their own businesses or trying to do something against the mainstream grain. But he's a private citizen. He hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't broken any laws. So the fact that our government even, like, to me, our government should be with them. Yeah. They should be like, all right, here we go. We got the ball moving. Like, whether our citizens use it or somebody else use it, this is an American company hiring American civilians to work for him to start a new technology or a new payment system that could take over the planet. As a government, they should be behind him. He's a citizen of our government. So, again, this is mind-blowing.
Should be.
But, hey, yeah, that's not how business works with politicians. So, all right, ending it on a great note today, Casa launches Lightning Node mobile app for Bitcoin newbies.
Oh, man.
Wow. What is going on with Casa? Who are they? What's this Lightning Node app they're launching? And, how is this going to affect everything?
Oh, yeah. Well, Casa Node is actually a way for you. You can buy a Casa Node, actually install it, and you can actually mine as you go. Or you can have a Lightning payment channel where you can get paid because people use your channel. So they have a wallet with some unique features that came out today. And their CEO, Jeremy Welch, said the startup will soon roll out a rewards program for earning small amounts of Bitcoin through the app. The goal is actually to help crypto newbies graduate from earning their first Bitcoin all the way to managing a Lightning node in one app. So that's very big because you have to jump around from everywhere to do that usually.
Right.
But shout out to Blue Wallet. They have something similar, maybe not as advanced as Casa.
And shout out to Antonio. He's been talking about Blue Wallet for a while now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they have, this is what's coming as far as having Bitcoin and Litecoin or Lightning payments in the same wallet. And definitely big for Casa because they have roughly 25 people, serves customers in 60 countries running thousands of active nodes. So not only do they sell a product, their product continues to grow over time. And it's great to see that they're actually updating it because they could have just sold a bunch of units and never really cared about updating it later.
Right.
Just like some other projects have done, but good for them for moving forward. Very, very innovative here. Very innovative, people.
And it's worth pointing out, people, again, some people have only been in this space for a year and a half, 2 years or something, since 2018 happened or, December 2017, November, they got in late. But let's say from 2017 to right now, so 2.5 years. Like, just since some of our viewers have been in this space, look how much it's changed already. Excuse me. So with Casa, how you're saying you can do all this on one app, I mean, what's going to happen this time next year? So again, talking about the regulators and stuff, it's hilarious because they are literally trying to put a stop to technology, but it's like someone's going to be coding, developing.
Yeah.
Perfect point. I got
to ban computers.
I got to give myself a pound of bat today. I just got my certificate for my CIW associate. Official programmer here now, people. And it's like I've been looking at this stuff and working on this stuff. So it's like you always say, it's whack-a-mole. Like, you think you're going to stop technology. No one's stopping technology, and it's never too late to get on it. So shout out to Casa for moving it forward even longer.
Oh, man.
Wife says no, says huge day, end of July for Bitfinex and Tether. Dismissal could pump us to all-time high and beyond, or no dismissal could get ugly. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah. We talked about them paying back that $100 million yesterday.
Right.
What you're discussing is the dismissal of Tether in court, saying that they illegally pumped out a certain amount of funds, and that if it gets dismissed, they'll just continue pumping the way they are. And if there's no dismissal, it could get ugly. I actually think if it's no dismissal, nothing will really change. We saw last time when they first got the cease and desist, they kept going. They still were printing and sending Tether. They didn't really stop.
What they should do.
They just slowed down. Yeah, they should. Yeah, they should stand up like your boy in with Wall Street. But that will be a pretty big day. However, we'll see exactly how it shakes out because if it could pump us to a new all-time high, we'll see where the price is at. But I doubt it.
All right. Other than that, that is our show for today, folks. We will actually be taking off tomorrow for the July 4th day and that Friday as well, because we know a lot of people are going to be on vacation out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, we're working on a lot of stuff. Bitcoin Zay has his book coming out.
Yes, tomorrow. Pre-orders for Bitcoin in Black America start tomorrow. So you can actually sign up today to join the launch team, or you can wait till tomorrow. Purchase the pre-orders, and they'll be shipped out July 11th. That's when the book drops. So thank you all for your support. If you want to visit the site, I'm posting it now.
There we go. Other than that, we'll have a lot more updates and stuff for you next week. As you see, our site has been under maintenance, so we're working on some things there. And yeah, we're going to have a good July, folks. So have a great week. Happy 4th if you're in America, or if you're overseas like Richard in Australia, if you're celebrating over there. And we will see you all tomorrow or Monday. I just said we wouldn't. We'll see you all Monday. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.